Hey everyone, welcome to their installments of Harry Potter Theory. In this video, I'm going to be discussing what dark art spellbook Magick Most Evile describes as follows. Of the Horcrux, wickedest of magical inventions, we shall not speak nor give direction. I am of course talking about Horcruxes. Pottermore describes Horcruxes as follows. A Horcrux is created when a wizard takes an object and binds a piece of their soul to it. The purpose is immortality, with the logic going that as long as a piece of your soul survives within the object, then you can never truly die. Its magic so dark, so heinous, that it was kept a secret for most of the wizarding world. Yet, despite many trying, there are only two known wizards to have discovered how to perform it, an ancient Greek dark wizard called Herpo the Foul, who created one Horcrux, and Voldemort, who mastered the spell and created 7. But what I've always wondered is why the Death Eaters didn't follow in Voldemort's footsteps and create Horcruxes for themselves. Surely Voldemort would have entrusted someone like Bellatrix with the knowledge of how to create one, wouldn't he? Dumbledore once described Tom Riddle's school gang as a mixture of the weak seeking protection, the ambitious seeking glory, and the thuggish seeking a leader who could show them more refined cruelty. It was these same students that are considered to be the forerunners to what would become the Death Eaters that we see later on in the books and films. Death Eaters are pure-blood radical supremacists that cast unforgivable curses without remorse and torture muggles, half-bloods, and blood traitors alike. Death Eaters murder people willy-nilly, so it's not unreasonable to expect that they would be willing to murder to achieve immortality. Furthermore, the Death Eaters were hell-bent on maintaining pure magical bloodlines in the wizarding community, and one very effective way of doing that would be to remain immortal as a pureblood. So, is it just that the Death Eaters were left in the dark by Voldemort, unaware of what it was that he had achieved? Or was it that the creation of a Horcrux was just too imposing? After all, Horcrux creation was even too dark to be properly mentioned in a book about the dark arts. The following quote from Voldemort suggests that at least some of the Death Eaters knew something about what he had done. And then I asked myself, but how could they have believed I would not rise again? They, who knew the steps I took, long ago, to guard myself against mortal death. He says it right there, who knew the steps I took. Surely this suggests that he had educated them on the process. Here's what I think. I think that Voldemort told his followers about Horcruxes, but I don't think that he ever delved into the specifics. And I think that the reason that he never delved into the specifics wasn't to hide the process from them, but because he didn't believe that they were strong enough to go through with it. Creating a Horcrux is one of the most difficult, extreme, and unknown magical processes known in the wizarding world. And if it was hard going for someone like Voldemort, one of the most innately powerful wizards of all time, then how can we reasonably expect that the Death Eaters would be successful? Why would he encourage and risk losing his followers to a process that he knew that they wouldn't be able to handle? I think that if he were to have trusted anyone with this knowledge, it would have been Snape, as he was arguably the most powerful Death Eater. J.K. Rowling described the process of creating Horcruxes as dangerous and highly inadvisable. Yeah, but I would imagine that other people are going to have tried. I think that it would be naive not to think that people have been trying for a long time, and thought they succeeded and hadn't, or else maim themselves or kill themselves in an attempt. It's such a dangerous thing to do. Additionally, Voldemort didn't want the world to know how he was immortal. If Voldemort told everyone about Horcruxes, and it became common knowledge what they were, he would be exposing his Achilles heel. So why didn't the Death Eaters create Horcruxes? Because it was too much for them to handle. Even Grindelwald, who was in contention with Voldemort as the most powerful dark wizard of all time, never created a Horcrux. Grindelwald was so knowledgeable and versed in the dark arts that I have no doubt in my mind that he knew what they were. So, I think the fact that he never created one says something. However, I think that I might reserve the rest of my thoughts on Grindelwald and Horcruxes for another video. The creation of Horcruxes is nothing to scoff at, and Slughorn encapsulates the risk well with the following quote. Few would want to live in such a form, and death would be preferable to most. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, you're a wizard, Harry!